Hey everybody, Bradley's Fan9 here with our good buddy Mr. Peach. Surprise, he's snoozing. This is part 2 of the February 30-day ban wave that's recently been hitting a lot of people, and a lot of people want to follow up on my last video, which makes sense. So let's get to that. Unfortunately, I gotta start with some pretty sad news. My main did get hit. Unfortunately, it seems like it would have been tagged earlier because right after that last video when I said I caught that Charizard, that was the last thing I caught. I took a break and just made a new account to try and test things out. And I signed into my main account after downloading the original app from the official app store on my phone. Signed in. It was fine. I looked around my house, which has no stops or anything, just to check it out, make sure my account was good. And then the next day, I go to sign in again, and then I open it up to that 30-day ban. Hurts a lot. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, you said iPAStore was safe. You said you only used iPAStore. Now, I know I kind of did say that I only used iPAStore, but after talking to a bunch of people, after sifting through all the hate mail, people like to hit me with that stuff. I know I don't play the game properly, but like, come on, let's be real. I help a lot of people have fun here. But basically, after getting all these messages, I found out it made me think when people are saying, oh, I stuck to iPAStore, I kept thinking like, what may have people done that they didn't realize they did? So let's go back to Rhyhorn Community Day. If you've been spoofing during that, you would have realized that they had a whole bunch of certificates revoked for direct download the day before. It was being pretty messy. And then also, once the Force update came, the day of Community Day, starting in New Zealand at least, the earliest, whenever it was. And basically, if you use iPAStore, you wouldn't have been able to download the new version. It was still at 0.3 and you were looking for 0.6. So anyone who uses only iPAStore would have experienced that during Rhyhorn Community Day. So that's one thing, because if you wanted to play Rhyhorn Community Day spoofing, you would have had to use direct download, even if it was just to catch one Pokemon or to just check things out, whatever it was on Community Day, you would have had to use direct download because the 0.6 didn't come out on iPAStore until a bit later. So that makes me think that one version spot that got people tagged, because unfortunately even on my main I didn't want to miss out on Com Day, so I tested it out in an alt account, kept checking iPAStore and it still didn't have the download for me. So after the alt seemed good, I hopped in the main, caught my Rhyhorns and stuff. You probably would have seen them if you're on Pogo Shiny Hunter Instagram. You would have seen those. And unfortunately, that may have been where I got tagged. And like I've said before, I feel there's a certain point where they tag you and then eventually they'll hit you with the ban later. And that's what happened, because the weird thing is I have like 3 alt accounts. And with those alt accounts, only one of them I participated in Community Day with. But all of them I used direct download. Like I said, in my main I stuck to iPAStore except for that first day Community Day. Once I noticed the new download was on iPAStore, I deleted the direct download version and then re-downloaded the iPAStore. But it could have been too late by then. But what I'm trying to say is I'm pretty sure it was Community Day that was tagging people, and the accounts that didn't participate did not get hit with a ban. Even though they've been using direct download like during the week of the ban wave, but I feel that's just when they were setting the bans out. So I'm curious if anyone didn't play Community Day and spoof and still got banned, then I would be curious. So please let me know if that happened to you, or if you made an account post Rhyhorn Community Day on iPAStore only, even if it was direct download and still didn't get banned, because some people have been telling me that too. So please let me know what you've experienced since Community Day. That's my theory anyways. There's lots of different things that people think it may have caused it. So let me just try and scratch some things off that I can guarantee was not the case. So basically anything tagged to like teleporting around and screwing up your cooldown, making Pokemon flee by accident because of soft ban and things like that, If you watch my SoftBank cooldown tutorial video, you'll have a better understanding. But people think that may cause them to get tagged, but that does not get you tagged. If they could pick out spoofers by that, they would have taken them out a long time ago. And there's a lot more. They could be banning people who don't spoof if they try and do that, because if you sign into a different account, let your friend sign in a different city, that's the same thing as spoofing basically, so they could ban people for that. So you wouldn't want that to happen. So don't worry about walking too fast, walking too much, pretty much anything about hopping to different raids, anything to do with just playing the game itself will not get you tagged. I feel it's very directly linked to the version of the game you have on your device, which comes from where you downloaded and what the certificate is of the developer for that certain game, and that's what will get you tagged and banned in the end. They won't screw you for anything in-game unless you're a bot, basically. That's the one thing they try to look for. But even spoofers don't like bots. That's what I call cheating. I know lots of people call me a cheater and whatever they want to call me. I just like having fun, and it lets you experience the whole game. You're very limited as a legit player. You get to, especially if you don't live in a major city. Lots of people who live in California or big cities in Europe and have hundreds of stops in their city don't realize that some people only have like 20 to 30 stops in their entire city and don't live near any of them or Pokespawns, and it makes it really hard to play the game, even though we're pretty hardcore Pokemon fans still and want to enjoy the game. This helps us enjoy the game. So I'm going to try and help you stay safe, but remember, anything you do in-game is not going to cause you to get tagged. So as far as whether it's safe right now, I would still stay off any main account and be cautious in that regard. But I have made a new account since that last video, and it's up to level 26 already. It's got 5 or 6 shinies, participated in Raid Day, Gengar, and Nidorino. Caught a shiny of that guy. It's got a shiny Gibble, yada yada. But anyways, I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff in that account. It hasn't got tagged for nothing. It's been on the iPAStore download only. So I haven't screwed with direct download. I did just make a new account as well, just using direct download to see. But they both seem good right now. So like, you can download the direct download as well as iSpoofer from iPAStore. So the app itself does still work and you could still play. But I do advise making a new account to test things out. It is beneficial to have an extra account anyways for trading and other purposes. But so far from my research, it seems safe so far, and it's making me think more towards the lines of Community Day screwing people over. So like I said, spoofing helps a lot of us enjoy the game and actually participate in the game, where otherwise we wouldn't be able to play at all. And then people who play legit in major cities can go walk around with their shoulders up saying, I play legit, even though you're surrounded by Pokemon and stops all day. That's for another topic though. Niantic is gonna get hurt by this. I know a lot of people spend money as spoofers for raid passes, incubators, and things like that, and they just want to get those shinies and those new raids, and Niantic's going to lose a lot of money from that. So that's something they got to really sacrifice if they really want to get rid of spoofers completely. That's where I don't feel they ever will completely get rid of spoofers. They kind of want to make a stand and throw down that hammer to scare people and make the whiny legit friggin' feel good about themselves, saying, oh, Niantic is all about keeping the game safe and keep the integrity and all that crap. It's a Pokemon game. It's a video game. When I'm outside, I like to actually be outside and enjoy it. This way I'm able to go around the world and see what other countries are like, even though I can't afford to go fly there myself. So through stops and things, it's just way funner to experience. As a pretty avid gamer and a pretty big Pokemon fan, it's really fun to play the game this way. So I hope it never ends. I don't think it will end in the end. I always have faith in the hacking community, the hacking community. So stay put. I'll be sticking through this. Don't worry, I'm not just going to drop off the face of the earth, even if my main account does get permanently banned, which let's hope it never does. But I will be making videos on everything that account has, and if worse comes to worse, I'll jump to a secondary 30 account and continue my shundo hunting that way and just have to combine them. Hopefully I won't have to do that in the end, but either way I'm going to be sticking with you. So there's a few more things I want to get to here. What can you do when you get that ban? Like I said in the other video, you have to wait the 30 days. There's nothing you could do about it. You can't erase the ban or change the date or anything to get that revoked. So basically, start a new account is my advice and just play it out from there. Like I said, I've started a new one 3 days ago. Already level 26, spoof all the time. Hasn't gotten tagged for anything. So you should feel safe, at least if you want to still play the game and experience what's going on. You can still do that. As far as Android users, I have not gotten any reports of Android users getting banned. I've had a few of them bragging to me that they never get banned. But like, that's pretty awesome. I know there's a way to do it. I think it's called VMOS or VMOS or FGL Pro, or at least that's what it used to be. I'm not too sure. I've never tried it myself. I might have to try it out because it does seem like they get banned less, but you never know. They could be just waiting to go after them, and then Niantic's going to turn to them next and hit them. Either way, I love the iSpoofer app itself. It's pretty fun to use. If you go back to the Global Plus days, I felt a little bit of the pain when I went from there to iSpoofer because you just like what you're used to. But then you get accustomed to the new thing, so it might not be bad in the end. But either way, I like the iSpoofer, so I'd like to stick with it if I can. Especially since I got these nice Apple devices, I wouldn't like to have to switch to Android ones. As far as updates on the iSpoofer and whether it'll be safe again, you can see here on the iSpoofer Discord that they are working on it. If you want to join that Discord to see the updates, just Google the invite for Discord. You'll be able to find it throughout there, or go to my website right there. You could get the invite link for the news and whether the online direct download's working and things like that. It's all on there too. So I will be keeping up with the update here. I'll be still testing out more things. I would still stay off the main accounts, although there hasn't been many recent reports of bans because it could have been just them sending out their waves of people they tagged during Community Day. My thoughts. I know a lot of people have thoughts too, so make sure to throw that in the comments. So avoiding Community Days is basically the safest approach I would advise to you. Although it kind of sucks, that's probably the safest. The other thing, wait for an update. If a force update comes and you're on iPAStore and it doesn't have the new update yet, just take a break, let some time pass, keep checking iPAStore, and once it has a new one, then download it and keep playing. Because as you may realize, direct download has a new version earlier, but that's where they could have the bad certificate or whatever that gets things tagged. So by waiting the few hours after things get initially released, you could avoid getting tagged. If it has a bad download, they may have to get a certificate revoked right away. Whatever the reason is, you don't want to be screwing with direct download if you only have to wait a few hours for the new update to come on iPAStore. That would be the other safe route I would advise you. And one more thing you could do, as I said, the Android spoofers say they didn't get tagged, so please let me know if you did down there, but I don't believe many of them did. And if you did, make sure to add whether you played on iSpoofer as well, or if you just stuck to the VMOS or whatever you guys use on Androids. So thanks for all the information ahead of time for people throwing them down in the comments. That's how I get a lot of information. Also through the Instagram, thanks for commenting and talking to me over there. We're trying to figure all this stuff out. So let's do a quick review here. My main, unfortunately, did get hit with the 30-day ban. I've been playing on a new account which hasn't gotten hit in the last 3 days on iSpoofer still, using the iPAStore download. Direct download does work right now and it does seem to be okay, but remember, be safe. Don't use the main accounts right now. It's not 100% safe. So if you got hit with this 30-day ban, you're going to have to just wait the 30 days. I advise making a new account to play because there's lots of cool things coming up in March too. If you saw my recent video on the upcoming events and shiny releases in March, you'll see all the cool things coming out. So it'd be kind of suck to miss all that. Like, I know it sucks if you have main accounts that have a lot of stuff on, but starting a new account is still pretty fun. No matter how many times you do it, it's pretty fun starting it out and filling up that dex again, getting new shinies, things like that. And as I've said before, I believe new accounts do have a better shiny rate, so you even got that to look forward to. But as I said, I believe it was Community Day. that got me tagged, as well as probably a lot of anyone else out there, because who avoids community day out there if you're a fan of Pokemon? Come on, let's be real. So I hope no one else gets banned. Please let me know if you have recently gotten banned. We need to keep up with all this information, because, well, that's the only way we'll find out if the ban wave's over. So thanks everyone to participate in the last video and commented on that, and ahead of time for whoever's going to help with this one. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this information was helpful to you and to help you stay safe. See you out there in my other videos, everybody.